Imagine arriving at work at 9 a.m. You open your calendar. 9 to 9:30, team sync. 9:30 to 10, project update. 10 to 11, stakeholder alignment. 11 to 11:30, check-in. 12, lunch. 1 to 2, planning meeting. 2 to 3, review meeting. 3 to 4, follow-up meeting. 4 to 5, weekly status call. You spend 8 hours at work, but somehow you haven't actually done any work, and that's the strange reality of modern offices. Millions of professionals spend their days talking about work instead of doing work. So how did we get here? And why do meetings seem to multiply like a disease? Let's find out. Chapter 1. The calendar infection. A few decades ago, meetings were expensive. You needed a room. People had to physically travel. Scheduling was difficult. Meetings were used carefully. Then came email, then Slack, then Teams, then Zoom. Suddenly scheduling became effortless, and when something becomes easier, people do more of it. Today, adding a meeting feels almost free. Click, invite, done. The cost is hidden. It's paid later by everyone attending. One meeting rarely stays one meeting. It creates follow-up meetings, review meetings, alignment meetings, planning meetings, retrospective meetings. Soon the calendar begins filling itself, like a virus spreading through an organization. Every meeting creates the conditions for more meetings. Chapter 2. Why meetings multiply. Here's something strange. Most meetings don't exist because they're useful. They exist because uncertainty exists. Managers want updates. Teams want clarity. Leaders want visibility. Nobody wants surprises. And meetings feel like control. If a project feels risky, schedule a meeting. If communication feels unclear, schedule a meeting. If nobody knows what's happening, schedule a meeting. Meetings become the corporate answer to every problem, even when they're causing the problem. The irony is that many meetings are created because previous meetings failed to create clarity. So we schedule another one, and another, and another. The solution becomes the disease. Chapter 3. The status game. Meetings aren't just about work, they're also about status. Imagine two employees. One spends the day quietly solving problems, the other spends the day attending important meetings. Who looks more important? In many organizations, visibility matters, and meetings create visibility. People start associating packed calendars with importance. The busiest people appear the most valuable, even when busyness and productivity are completely different things. This creates a strange incentive. People don't just attend meetings because they need to. Sometimes they attend because they don't want to be excluded, because being invited feels important, and being left out feels risky. The calendar becomes a status symbol. Chapter 4. Fear of accountability. There's another reason meetings survive. Meetings spread responsibility. Imagine making a decision alone. If it goes wrong, everyone knows who made it. Now imagine making the same decision with 12 people in a room. Responsibility becomes blurry. Nobody owns the outcome completely. This feels safer. Organizations often choose consensus over clarity, not because it's efficient, because it feels less dangerous. A 1-hour meeting can sometimes be an insurance policy against blame. The problem is that everyone pays the premium in time, attention, and productivity. Chapter 5. The economics of wasted time. Let's do a simple calculation. Imagine 10 employees attend a 1-hour meeting. That's not 1 hour. That's 10 hours. 10 human hours consumed simultaneously. Now imagine those employees are highly skilled professionals. Engineers, designers, managers, analysts, specialists. The real cost isn't the meeting itself. It's the work that didn't happen during that hour. Economists call this opportunity cost. Every hour spent discussing work is an hour not spent creating value. Most organizations measure meeting duration. Very few measure meeting cost. If they did, many meetings would disappear overnight. Chapter 6. How top performers protect their time. The most productive professionals have discovered something important. Deep work requires uninterrupted time, not 30 minutes, not 45 minutes, hours, large blocks of focused attention. That's where strategy happens, writing happens, coding happens, problem solving happens. The best performers don't necessarily work longer. They protect focus more aggressively. They decline unnecessary meetings. They batch communication. They block focus time on their calendars. They understand a simple truth. Attention is their most valuable asset, and every meeting spends it, whether it's worth spending or not. Meetings aren't inherently bad. Some meetings create alignment. Some solve problems. Some build relationships. But many exist because they become the default response to uncertainty. The result? Modern professionals spend increasing amounts of time coordinating work and decreasing amounts of time actually doing it. The biggest productivity challenge in many organizations isn't a lack of talent. It isn't a lack of technology. It's the growing gap between being busy and being productive. So tomorrow morning, open your calendar. Look at every meeting scheduled and ask one question. If this meeting disappeared, would anything important actually break? You might be surprised by the answer.